messaged me, like, consistently. And I was like, this guy's weird. He's such a weirdo. And then he wouldn't talk to me in person, so...
I'm very shy. I was very shy. Still am. So.
Yeah. Anyway. So, what happened then?
Well, you guys broke up.
Yeah, we broke up, and then... I think I might have saw you on the basketball court.
Yeah.
I really don't even remember how it snowballed after that.
Well, actually, there's a speed bump in the middle here.
What?
That we're glossing over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did mention that.
Yeah, so...
So, in the mix of him trying to get to know me, someone we both know, or he knew really well.
Yes.
What's the word I'm trying to go for? Like...
Asked you out?
Okay, wow, just...
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, he was like, hey, you want to go out with me? I was like, hey, okay, I think you're cute. And he happened to be Cade's best friend who lived right next door to him.
At the time, yeah.
And I had Fowler ask me out, and I started
no hard
dating...
feelings, Kevin.
I started dating him for a while. It was
I think
like...
it was a month or two?
I thought it was most of 9th grade.
No, because we were dating 9th grade. Or you guys might have dated 8th grade and 9th grade. I don't really know, to be honest.
I don't really know either, but we dated for a while, and then there's a few characters that would like send pictures of me and Kevin to him, and then he'd get really upset, and I had no clue. I just knew he liked me, and I knew in the back of my mind that you really liked me, but I didn't know the connection. What?
No hard feelings.
Okay. And when did we start dating for real?
I don't know. After you and Kim broke up, I think we started talking again for a while, and then I'll never forget this. So when we first officially started dating, we haven't even started dating yet, but it was the first time I was like hanging out with her, and I walked her. She was going to Alana's house. And
she lives like right near Rhodes.
Yeah, so we were walking home because that's on my way home, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were walking together, and we were just talking, and then we get outside of Alana's house, and then she just like turns and kisses me, and I was like...
His face. I swear to you, his face was like...
I was shook, beyond belief.
I don't know what came over me. I think he just wanted it over with because I hate awkward. I mean, watching it on TV, I even get like stressed out.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when people awkwardly hold hands, when people awkwardly kiss. I was like, I'm getting this shit over with, so like it's not awkward anymore. And so that happened, and it was like I could just like in his mind see fireworks going off, like it was the best thing of his life. But I was actually super surprised. You were a really good kisser.
Well, what can I say?
Don't get nervous.
No, so we dated for, we dated through our fat phase in 10th grade. We got chunky, I will say that.
It's because every single day we would go to his house because he drove and I didn't. And we would eat lunch. His mom would make us...
Roast beef sandwiches.
Like
mac and cheese,
just like super carbs. And we would just eat and eat and eat and eat. And yeah.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
There was a phase there, yeah, for sure. So we dated pretty much consistently through high school, I'd say.
I don't remember sophomore, junior year.
I think we broke up one sophomore or junior year. And then you talked to a couple other guys, and I got really jealous, and so...
That was a good phase.
What, me getting jealous?
Yeah. You don't get jealous very often. So we got into the phase of when he was starting to figure out college, which was like junior year.
Mm-hmm. Starting to do interviews and stuff.
Yeah, he started doing interviews in other states. They would fly. And where'd you go?
Well, 3 schools in Minnesota and 2 schools in Iowa.
Iowa, that's what it was. And I literally hated it because I had to help him like get ready, and that's like, yeah, I don't even want to send you off in the first place, and you're asking me, hey, does this look good? And I'm like, no, you look like shit, don't go. And his mom's like, oh my God, sweetie, I love you. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know if I should cry or like be super happy that you're like going to college, because I had no idea what I was doing with my life. And then it got to a point where we had to like figure out what we were gonna do about our relationship, because
once I knew I was going to Minnesota.
Yeah, we were pretty strong. I felt like we were pretty strong.
We were.
I don't know. He was in a completely different mindset than me, because I was like head over heels in love with him, and he was like already distancing himself.
Yeah, my foot was already out the door pretty much, and it was a tough time because I had to make it seem like, because like I want to stay with her, but at the same time I didn't think that I don't know, me being young, I just didn't know if I could do the long distance stuff, and it was and I, you know, my dad telling me that I shouldn't because you never know who you're gonna meet in college.
Okay, stop. If someone's gonna tell you who and how to love, like, you're doing it all wrong.
No, but I'm also at the age where you're very impressionable. I mean, I was still under 18, and it was just like one of those things, you know, and, well, you know what, sure as shit, it probably made us better off in the long run, so.
Sure as shit, you're lucky.
Well, yeah.
But we had that conversation, we pretty much mutually agreed that
No, that's what she says. It was rough on both. It was rough on both of us, though. I will say that. Like, yeah.
I mean, you were super nice about it.
I tried to be. I mean, it wasn't like I wanted to. It just,
No, I know.
just felt like I
think
needed
I understood
to.
that you didn't want to, but it was just like what we had to do.
I just felt like I needed to because I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, high school sweethearts aren't as
common,
big as they were back in the day. And
yeah.
So I just felt
I think I only know one.
Yeah, and I just felt like we needed to, not we, but I felt like I needed to figure it out because you're the only girl I ever dated.
Right.
And you had other experiences.
Yeah.
Growing up, and I didn't, so.
I mean, I didn't understand that, but then I understood it after a year, and I had just like.
Yeah, so basically after we graduated, after I left, she cut me off for, which I understand, it's understandable.
We had like a huge fight, let's be real.
Yeah.
We had a huge fight because shenanigans, and he was trying to date somebody here, and I didn't understand, and because he wanted to date her and not me, and so we got in this huge fight, and I cut him off, I think for like 6-7 months.
About a year, until my sophomore year. So she cut me off about a year, and we didn't talk at all, and I don't know what you did over that year, but I never really met anybody.
I don't think
I mean, I had some good friends, but I never had any relationships, I would say.
Which year are we talking about?
Freshman year.
Freshman year, I was deep in my bed, sobbing.
Yeah.
Sobbing. Oh, and I went to Florida and had a blast. But I didn't meet anybody.
Yeah. So then about sophomore year, we finally started texting again, just like.
Oh, he forgot to mention any and every time he would come home. Guess who he'd ring a ring? This stupid ass. Just saying. That's where you go wrong. Don't
Well, actually,
sleep with people.
Actually, do it because it worked out for us.
What? I don't. No, I don't think that's good advice, love.
Well, I just think you need to do what you think is right at the time, whether it's right or wrong in the long run. You don't know, because you didn't know in the long run.
But I felt like a stupid ass. Yeah. But yeah, I felt like stupid, super stupid, because I would cry about it and just tell people like, I don't know why I do this.
Play.
It would totally play in me, but it was fine, I guess.
Man,
but
I was ruthless.
Was it by your junior year that I was like, all right, we are friends?
Yeah, sophomore year we started talking about just like, because I mean she was such a big part of my life, and I think I was such a big part of hers that.
I mean, I still went to family occasions without him, like every single time.
No, my family, yeah.
They would still invite me, and I would go. Like his whole family knows me, and only me. So I think it'd be weirder for them to have somebody else. Just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like we went to this phase of we just wanted to be friends because like I knew I wanted her in my life because she was a big part of my life, and I think I was big, like whether or not she thinks the same way, I don't really know.
Yeah, no, you were a huge part of my life.
Yeah, and so.
Well, you knew a lot of things that nobody else did, and I think what I hated about dating was having to retell someone everything. I think that's some people's biggest fears is having to like have them figure you out again, and that's what I dreaded. So I tried to like date people that I knew, and that was a shit show.
Yeah, so junior year.
I don't recommend that.
So we got to junior year, and we were like definite friend zone. Like we just hung out when I got home. We didn't do anything.
I declared that because I was like, all right, bitch, you need to quit the shit and like stop crying every time he comes home and wants to hang out with you, and then he up and leaves, and it's like not even.
I thought you called me a bitch. I was like,
no.
Watch out.
I made up my mind. One day I was like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm telling him we're friends, and that's it. And that's what I did.
No, and the thing is, we got to be such good friends to where like we would talk every day. And it wouldn't even, there was no flirting. It was like, look, like, how you doing? Like, how's life? What's going on? Like, what's new with you?
I think that's hard for people to understand. I never understand. I talked with somebody who was like, I'm not going to be friends with my ex. But it's like, we didn't end on bad terms.
No,
I think
nobody
if,
cheated, nobody...
Yeah, if nobody did anything, there's no animosity between us. And we genuinely just wanted to know how each other was and how we were doing. And,
yeah, and so it got to a point where we were talking almost every day, and then she had a guy she was talking to that didn't like that very much. And that...
Yeah, so I dated a guy I met on Tinder, and he actually was the sweetest.
Okay, good.
And I just kept comparing, and I told him, like, look, I'm still really in love with my ex, and he knew, and he was super sweet about it, and he ended up being a nice guy, and I told him, like, look, I'm just still really in love with my ex, you don't deserve that, and he understood, and, he was moving back to wherever he was from, and then I dated this guy who... It just wasn't good for me, and had issues himself, and that's all I'm going to say about that. It was just not good.
Yeah, so I think my senior year we both got to a point where, I don't know, every girl I saw I was always comparing traits, and then I think she was the same way. And then I finally made up my mind, and I didn't know how this was going to go, but I told her that when I got back...
But there's a difference, I want to point out, there's a difference between, like, comparing somebody that you, like, love and miss to, like, comparing someone to, like, someone you do love.
Yeah.
Because, like, at first I was comparing everybody to him because I missed him, but then I was comparing everybody to him because he had everything I desired, like, everything, like, he was driven and, had his life together, and I did, it made me better, and I just... whatever, I don't know. We make each other better in specific ways, and I think that's why we would always compare.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you going to say?
No, I got to a point where I was like, look, towards the end of my senior year, I was like, look, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
And I told her that, and I talked, like, I sat her down, and I was talking to her about it, and then she was just talking about, like, look, well, this better not be, like...
Yeah, this better not be one of those things where you come home and you, like, fuck me over again. And it's just where you want to hang out and then you leave again. That's not, we're not doing that again. And I made that super clear multiple times. I was like, look, you need to show me that you care, because like I don't care right now. Like,
so for those of you that work at Costco, this was basically my probation period, where like up to 5 months she could break up with me at any time for any reason at all. That's basically what happened.
I guess so. I would say, yeah, it was a super probation period because I needed to gain like his trust of him. How would you even explain that? I just needed your trust, essentially. Not that you lost it, though. That's not the right
No,
term.
you need to understand the fact that I was like there for you and not just at a convenience.
Okay, yeah. That's a perfect way.
So it was like legit, not, oh, you're just around, so.
Yeah. Throughout the whole period of us doing this thing, we gained a lot of good communication skills, because having to talk about two people separating and being in two different states, how we're going to make that work, and talking about other people to each other was hard.
Oh, super difficult.
And
But it made it.
Also declaring like a friendship and having to just be friends, like separated romance, and it just made us...
Well, we got way more independent from each other, because
Yeah.
in high school, I mean, everybody goes through this where it's like a puppy dog phase, right? Like you're just like, I want to spend every minute with you, like
If I'm not
I
with
can't
you,
spend like being time without you, and then I don't know. Once you go through a phase like that, you realize like, look, like we need to be better for ourselves, and then
also,
together we can be better as a
we
couple.
went... This was probably our absolute longest.
No, but
the
even when I came
shortest was
home-
like 2 or 3.
Yeah, but even when I came home, it was like I'd come for Christmas for 2 weeks, and so
Yeah.
we'd see each other for
I mean,
a couple days, the whole thing, and so
but he still had to spend time with his family.
yeah.
So I would constantly battle him with that, but I didn't mind his family.
And then also time with like my best friends like Colin and Austin, because they
Yeah,
always wanted
that
to see
was
me when
really
I was
hard.
home, and then like Jake always wanted to see me when I was home, and so it was tough juggling that, because this was at a point when my best friends didn't necessarily
Understand.
what was going on, and they're always like, why do you want to see Justine? Like, what's going
You're
on?
always with her, like we hate her.
Yeah.
That was hard. Also, I just want to point out the communication. We went months, so we would call. Kate doesn't have an iPhone.
This was before FaceTime was even really a thing. Like, we would Skype sometimes.
FaceTime was totally a thing.
Well, I don't have an iPhone.
That was like 5 years ago.
I don't know.
Right?
We Skyped all the time.
Okay, yeah,
We did Skype. We tried to
did
Skype like
Skype
once a
all
week.
the time. I had to make him make time to Skype because I don't know what his shenanigans, what he was up to.
Mostly playing golf and going to school, but yeah.
But anytime he'd FaceTime or Skype me, his computer was like right here. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you up to?
Trying to hide what's going on below the belt.
I'm literally gonna kill you. I literally think I'm gonna knock you out.
No, so I always do that because my roommates in college were really obnoxious.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'd usually be in my room by myself and like I'd be trying to be quiet. So because if they knew I was home, they'd try to bust in the door and like do some gay ass shit. I don't mean that in a derogative way, but I mean like they try to grind on me and like
Just be
I don't
like
know, they'd be really
immature
weird. Yeah.
kids. I don't even know.
So whenever they come to the door,
Inappropriate.
I'd be like, shh, shh. And wait for them
I
to
would
leave.
sit there like.
She didn't understand, but she finally met him this last year, and then she realized
They were great. I don't know what he's talking about.
they're awesome. I love my roommates. But,
They just have specific personalities that Cade doesn't mesh with. Not mesh, but
No, I'm good when it's just like us. Like when we're together like that, like you saw me.
I think when it comes to your personal life, though, it's like you separate those.
It's tough because I don't want my girlfriend to be like her to be like, oh my god, you're such a weirdo. Like I'm trying to still maintain my persona.
Your man card.
Yeah.
All right, I feel it.
So.
What else did I want to chat about?
No, so we were good because when I first got back, that whole year we dated and it was going really well, and then I finally dropped the bomb that I wanted to go back up there for the summer to work at a golf course, family friends golf
So
course.
we were like super solid after we decided that Kate needed to show me that he was in, and then he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go back and be there for the whole summer." I'm like, "Well, we just did something awesome and we reconnected strong. We were really strong."
Mm-hmm.
And then he went. I mean, he didn't even like talk to me about it, and I think that's what made me so upset about it.
No, I tried, but you were so set on you didn't think I'd ever go back for that long time that you were really not wanting me to go. And I said, hey, look, this is probably my last summer.
I was just so tired of you going.
Yeah, I know, but this was, for me, this was, in my mind, this was the last summer I was going to have before I had to start doing internships or jobs somewhere where I was going to be able to go back and spend time with, like, my grandma, my family friends that I have up there, and work for somebody that I actually like, Russ Nelson, who runs a golf course. And so I'd be able to play golf every day and just hang out with people that I know.
Yeah.
And not have any, like, major responsibilities.
I think I was just thinking, like, me.
No, and Russ really wanted me to help out with, like, lessons, like, junior lessons and stuff like that, and so I just really felt like I needed to do this because this is probably the last chance of my life before I had to be, like, an actual adult. You know.
Hashtag adulting.
You know what I mean, like, and so it was rough, though, because we call every day, we talk all the time,
But throughout this whole period, we've had, like, really tough conversations. I feel like we're really, really, really good communicators. We've never really fought besides that one big fight when you left.
no, we don't fight at all, therefore we have to make up fights. Where we fake yell at each other.
Legit. Like, thank you for the ice, stupid.
No.
Yeah, we don't fight. I don't even know how that happens, but we're blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Well, it's because I'm so understanding.
That's exactly it. Exactly.
No, I just, the difference is that I can read her like a book, so when something's wrong,
I was literally going to say that.
even from the beginning, I know it's wrong, like, right now.
I know, I wear my emotions on my face.
Even when she'll
You'll be able
like,
to tell when you watch this.
yeah, even when she'll be like, oh, nothing's wrong, and I'm like, yeah, bullshit, something's going on.
I don't play that card anymore.
Yeah, but you used to, and
Okay.
I had to get it through a phase.
Hold on.
We just got through this year of getting to that phase where you'd say,
let me make an announcement.
Okay.
Ladies, don't waste your damn time saying, nothing, I'm fine. Because you're literally just holding it in your soul, and then your soul's getting upset, and then it's gonna go, it's gonna like word vomit.
So she used
all
to,
over.
She used to, what she'd do is she'd say, I'm fine, I don't want to talk about it right now. And I'm like, okay, well.
I didn't think I had
I know how this story goes.
the words together.
And so she'd do that, and then something else would bother her.
I don't English very well.
And then and then it would build to a point where she'd finally like explode and like just literally talk for an hour and like
Cry.
yell, and, yeah, like all this shit would go, not even yell, but just like everything would just come like pouring out, and I'd be like,
his poor face is like,
I don't know what part to address here, because if you'd have just told me this, it wasn't a big deal, but you let it get to a point where it ate you alive, and then it all came out, and it became a bigger deal than it like needed to be,
right,
or could have been, or should have been, I should say.
I think I just decided that one day where I was just like,
what I always tell her, I was like, look, just tell me right now so we can talk about it.
There are times like even now where I'm like, hey, I need to tell you something, but I'm not ready to tell you. I'll tell you like later today when I have my thoughts together, because you know, like girls gotta talk to other girls about shit just to get it right.
Yeah.
But we usually like pinpoint things right away. But on the phone when we did long distance, we would usually say, hey, you haven't talked to me as often as you I want you to. Can you do that? And he'd say, yeah, I'll work on it. And it was just things like that we would set little, I don't know if they're goals or
we had trouble with the summer because I'd work a lot, and I don't know if you guys ever been in Minnesota, but the hours of the summer would be like, I'd work till 9:30 because it's light till 9 o'clock at night, and so she'd have summer school in the morning, and then I'd go to work, and so we didn't have very much time to like.
I think we've always had opposite schedules, even till this semester. Like his Tuesday, Thursdays are really, really busy, and my Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are like until 8:30.
Yeah.
So like this whole you have no time like is bullshit. Sorry, calling you guys all out because like we made it work.
Time. Yeah. Whether it's she comes over after her class.
I'll
just
to
come for 30 minutes, just to talk, and then some days I'd stop over after Tuesday, Thursday. I'd just say, hey, look, I'm gonna come over before I go home.
It hasn't happened the whole semester, but it's a great idea. It was a great thought.
I stopped over at least 10 times because we used to watch X on the Beach.
That's on Thursdays.
I know, but I'd come over
or Wednesdays.
On Thursday. Okay, whatever. I thought I did. Maybe I'm wrong.
I could be wrong too. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You're right, honey. That was a total Scott comment. If you guys don't know that, my dad says that all the time.
Oh, I feel like I never compare our relationship to anybody else's. I try not to. It's really hard.
No, but she likes to compare everything to Kylie Jenner, so.
I love her. Excuse me.
Yeah, she's fine.
She is fine.
No, she looked like a white chick yesterday, her and her sister, at the Met Gala.
Oh, yeah, that was the best.
No, we don't really compare. I mean, sometimes we'll, when she talks to her friends, sometimes she'll say, like, well, this is what they do, and I think we should try to do something similar.
Yeah, we definitely have a conversation about it.
It's never a comparison. Like, this is what they have and we don't. It's like, hey, look, like, this is something they do, and I'm not sure if we could do it, but...
I think it's all the way we word it, too. The way we communicate is we're never assuming, we're never pushing it onto each other. We're just strictly like, can we try this? And if it doesn't work, I don't even think we've ever pinpointed. If it didn't work, we're just like, whatever, it didn't work. But I want to talk about, like, attraction, because I'm not his, like ideal type, and he's not my ideal type, so it's really interesting because me and my sister will talk about it, and people have this ideal type, but in the end, like, attraction and it's gonna not really go away. I don't even know how to explain it.
Well, looks fade, so...
Yeah, looks fade. There's like that saying.
I just think people need to focus on because, I mean, let's just put it this way, okay? A girl or guy can look as hot like a 10, but if they can't communicate with you and they're not very good conversations, or they don't have humor, or they don't get you...
Yeah, if they're not feeding your soul,
it's never going to last.
Yeah.
And so, she acts like she's not my ideal type, but my ideal type... She thinks my ideal type comes from what my dad always wanted me to have, which was a 6 foot...
is it not the scariest
blonde
thing to,
Norwegian,
like,
blue-eyed...
Is it not the scariest thing to walk into someone's house and be like, you're not blonde and Norwegian? Like, oh, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I'm not. Well, your dad's always like, how come you don't have a blonde? That's a nice looking blonde. I'm like, well, fuck me, you know, like, so awkward.
No, and I'll admit, when I first was thinking, like, growing up, I always wanted, I don't know, you always see the ones like, I don't know, let's say.
I mean, my attraction is obviously blonde hair, blue eyes. They attract me, but, like, doesn't mean Kate's not unattractive to me.
No, and attraction tends to grow just based on, what I always say this is, like, if they make you laugh, or if you get along with them really well, attraction grows, because, like...
I think you laugh at me. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I tell you I laugh with you, so... No, so... I don't know. You just need to find somebody that makes you like we did, makes you laugh and just gets you because like I read her really well, and I usually know what she's thinking. I don't know. For some reason, I have this tendency to complete her thoughts.
It is super hard to read Cade. He's like a brick. Or I just don't know how to read people, but that doesn't make sense because that's what I do all day.
Yeah, and it took me okay, this is going backtracking, but it took me a long time to figure out that Justine doesn't flirt with people. She's just really nice to everybody. And a lot of guys take it as flirting.
Can we high five?
So when I first started dating her, I was like, why are you always flirting with everybody else? And then I finally realized that that's just her. Like, she just talks to people, and that's just...
Like,
and I'm not like
I reach out to all my not all of them, but like most of my exes, I'm like, hey, how is it going? Where are you in life? Or old friends that I don't talk to.
Well,
because I care.
We love hanging out with Tanner. Tanner's the man.
Oh, our plans for the future will end there.
You want to take that one?
Okay, sure. I'm still in school.
we.
Okay, yeah, we're both still in school. I actually just changed my major, so it's like a longer path than I expected. As of right now, I'm doing kinesiology at ASU, so I'll transfer to ASU.
After a semester, right, or something like that? Maybe 2 semesters?
I think 2 semesters. I'm going to try and get all my like biology and chems out because I'm scared to go to ASU. Ooh. It's just so big, and it's downtown. I have to go to downtown campus, and I just want to gain, I guess, more confidence. And then I'll go do my doctorate after I get my bachelor's, but... I just did a career project for a class, and my doctorate would be at NAU, and I haven't talked to you about that, but we'll get there. Well,
NAU is like,
they have a
branch down here.
Yeah, they have a branch down here, so I might do it online, or I don't know how.
I would wait for college now. She's gonna leave me.
Yeah, but no, what? I can't leave. No. And then explain where you're at.
So when I graduated from Concordia College in Minnesota, I was pre-med, and about my senior year, I started thinking about, I don't really know if I want to do medicine anymore, but I was already so far down the path, I thought, you know what, let's just graduate, we'll figure out from there.
Yeah.
And so that summer, I was really thinking about, or that second semester, I was really thinking about what I want to do, and I decided, like, I'm going to take the MCAT, but...
Did you?
I did. That summer I did.
Oh.
But I wasn't committed, and I already knew I kind of wanted to do something different because I started applying at ASU and looking at what they had.
I had no idea you took that.
Yeah, for engineering, I started looking because I'm really good at math, and it's just a natural transition.
Hold on, data nerd.
Yeah. So.
I try and tell Michaela that, data nerd.
So I just took the MCAT, and I don't know. I mean, I think I got a decent score on it, but I just didn't want to do that anymore. I just thought, like, because the only thing I wanted to do was pediatrics, and once I realized, like, look, it's all this school just to be that, and I just wasn't sure if I was committed.
Good, that.
And med school is one of those things where you have to be committed to do it, so 100% in.
I think it'd be hard to balance, like, life and that. Although people do it, kudos to you, it'd be hard.
Yeah, so I switched to ASU, or transferred to ASU. Technically, I grad transferred, I guess you could say.
Thank God.
But, so I go to school for biomedical engineering. I got about 2 or 3 years left, depending on how quick I want to take classes or not. And
well, he gets to take classes all day. I work and take classes, but it's good for me because I literally can't focus on more than a few things at a time.
Well, I work too, technically. Assistant golf coach in the fall at Red Mountain, and assistant baseball coach at Dobson in the spring. So hit me up if you're around there, if you guys want to come see a game or something. But in the summer, I'm working for JDRF, Junior Diabetic Research Foundation. I start next week.
Oh, that's okay.
And so, I don't know, it's kind of a make your own hours thing. They want me there as much as I can be.
What are you going to do? And why do you want to do that?
Well, the person that runs the company is a good family friend. And she's got
so sweet.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she's got a lot of connections to the medical device industry, which is what I plan on going into. And I'm the kind of guy that my mom's like, well, I can have her talk to her, and I was like, why don't I just work for her? Because it's easier for her to put in a good recommendation.
If she knows you.
And a good word in.
Work.
Yeah, if she knows who I am, what I do, because she knows my mom really well. But there's only so much that gets you, and so.
My son, he's great.
Yeah. So basically, I'll be doing. I'm in charge of. Well, not in charge. I'll be helping on a committee with. 2 other people about working with the schedule and trying to get events scheduled throughout the year.
Yeah.
How we're going to fund that. I'll be doing outreach to try to talk to like medical device people about donating stuff, like diabetes stuff, and then I'll also be doing like when kids first get diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I'll be running care packages to hospitals.
That'll be so cool. I just want to go.
Yeah.
Just to be like, yes, you got this.
So that's what I'll be doing, and then it's kind of making our hours are somewhat, so I'll have some flexibility. But actually, this week we're going to Universal. We're leaving in 2 days. I bit the bullet this year. We were finally went to Disneyland. I told her I would not go.
I wanted to go for a long time,
Yeah.
and he was like, I'm not gonna go.
So we finally went for a day. We went on a Sunday.
I won.
Yeah. Because our breaks overlapped on that weekend, so we went and.
In regards to our future, we'll probably, in the next 2 years, move in together.
That's the rough plan. We're trying to.
Yeah, rough.
We're trying to figure this out because, I mean, it's tough to live together if you don't have any money, and so we're both kind of not
I
making
live
a
at
ton.
home.
So
He lives at home.
it's tough to get enough finances together if you're going to school full time to try to make that work.
He's like the logical, and I'm the impulsive. I'm like, let's move in together. He's
I'm
like,
always
well,
like-
let's finish school, and then along, in the 5 to 10 kids, of course, because I don't want to be
In the 5-year plan is we plan on getting engaged at some point within those next 5 years.
Oh.
Hopefully marriage in 5 or 6, and then
That sounds
kids
good.
right after. So that's my plan.
Okay, great. I'll follow it.
Okay. It took her a long time to accept that one because
Oh my gosh,
all of her
'cause-
friends were getting married or getting engaged and having
Well,
kids.
because everyone's having kids, and they're so cute, and they look so happy, although, happiness is right here, and sadness is in here, or, like, sadness, or,
Yeah, and I
other
just
struggles.
I just kept telling her, I was like, look, like, I don't want to be those parents that,
Can't give their kids everything they want.
yeah, I want to give my kids the world, and so in order for that to happen, I want to get through school, get a good job, and then I want her to be able to have a chance to finish her school before she has to really button down and
Yeah.
work, and so we just felt like, or I felt like, and I think she's starting to feel the same way, is that we just need to get through school first, and then we can start making major strides.
I mean, I'll have a week where I'm like, well, I don't know why you're doing this to me. Like, I want kids. And he's like, Justine, shut up. This is the plan.
I don't actually hit her, in case you're wondering. She beats me, not the other way around.
He just, keeps me on course with, like, this is the best idea. But that's pretty much it. Nobody asked us any other questions. So, in regards to how we made it work and how we go through struggles and our future, and what else did we target here? Communication.
Yeah.
That's how we did it. And I don't think it's impossible for people that ditch out. Just saying.
No, I would just say that it's not everybody's gonna be as lucky as I was. The fact that she was willing to take me back, but if you honestly feel, and you're out there and you feel like there's somebody that you can't live without, don't give it up, especially so easily, because you never know if it's gonna come back.
So simple for people just to give up, and we've just been really lucky.
And I'm not saying I regret the decisions I made. But what it did do is it helped us build. To be separate from each other, we became strong, independent people, and then it makes our relationship stronger because we're not relying on people.
I think that heartbreak, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do me, I'm going to, I had a 6-pack, I don't know what happened with that, but...
Well, we're just both able to figure out each other, and then, or yourself, each other's selves.
Ourselves to figure each other out.
And then when we got back, we fully
Because
realized
now we're adults and whatever.
Our new selves were very compatible, so...
But that's it.
That's all we got.
Yeah, thanks for watching this whole long
This was
thing.
a more serious one. They're usually more funny. So.
I know, you weren't that funny.
Well, it's a serious topic.
Not really.
Kind of.
We're not that serious.
Whatever.
Whatever, we'll have to post a funny one after.
Alright, thanks guys.